profiles the criminal life of Mexican Mafia member Raymond Perez, also known as Chavo from Bakers. On Wednesday, June the 19th, 2019, at approximately 8 o'clock p.m., longtime Mexican Mafia OG Raymond Chavo Perez was found dead in his cell from an apparent heart attack at CSP Sacramento, formerly known as New Folsom Prison. Just prior to his death, Chavo had been complaining of a tingling sensation in his face and was experiencing physical issues due to his history with drug use. It was common speculation among CDCR gang officers that Chavo's longtime love affair with heroin would ultimately lead to his death. According to one institutional gang investigator, also known as IGIs, Chavo had previously died several times. Following multiple massive heroin overdoses in prison, he was administered Narcan, an injected medication that reverses drug overdoses. In prison black market drug and extortion business, we became close friends. He even fixed me up with his younger sister as a pen pal. A female gang member
Pen
from
pal, huh?
Bakersfield, Gloria Perez, and I corresponded for several years. She looked up to her older brothers, Louis and Chavo, and had an older sister, Bonnie Reina Perez. Chavo was in love with heroin.
That's them doing hair.
He was
Hey, and that's a picture of Chavo and another Mexican Mafia guy. Yeah, this is actually them doing heroin in the 70s. It's a photo of them doing heroin. I think Mundo, because everybody wants to know how does he get these exclusive pictures. I think because, Mundo, the name of his channel is Police and Fire Publishing. So I think he has access to all of these documents because the police are giving it to him.
Constantly on the hunt for the dragon, a code name we affectionately assign to the all-consuming deadly drug of choice for the carnales. Don't pass the sick inheritance. It's a loyal, younger gangster sister I never had. My first request to her was an assignment to locate several desired targets living in her Bakersfield hometown. They included Nuestra Familia member Danny Reyes, aka Woodsy, Chalo Hernandez, the co-founder of the NF, and Ralph Pegleg Garcia, a Mexican Mafia dropout. Sometime in late September, she reported having successfully located Woodsy. Not only was Cyclona invaluable in locating him, she also volunteered and maneuvered herself into getting the front door open. She explained that one of the Reyes brothers, Ronnie, had the hots for her. On the morning of October 9th, 1975, it was Ronnie who answered his front door and let her in. Two of us followed her inside the house. After executing both men, stabbing Ronnie Reyes and shooting his brother Woodsy, my crime partner Sailor Boy allowed Cyclona the honor of firing the final bullet into the dying body of Woodsy Reyes.
Here's the thing about Mundo. Mundo, he didn't do heroin, but the majority of his Mexican Mafia brothers did. That's a very popular drug. Like Mundo says, it's in the Mexican gangster's DNA to do heroin, and he's very. I mean, I understand where he's coming from with it. He's basically saying that this organization, basically heroin has killed so many of the carnales and it limited them and stunted their growth and things like that. But Mundo, Mundo was a killer. Mundo just told you how he used the girl Cyclona to act as a ruse to get the targets to open the door, and he went in there with his homie Sailor Boy and they shot him down. I mean, Mundo killed a lot of people in prison. He killed a lot of people on the streets, and I mean, I it's just a lot of people don't like the fact that he kind of, he always points out that this Mexican Mafia member was on dope all his life, and because I don't know, man. I mean, I guess he's coming from the perspective of, he's disappointed maybe because he had love for these guys. But I think Mundo is conflicted anyway because you can tell that he has love for these guys. He tries to convince himself that, well, I'm no longer a part of that life. We had a false friendship. Our friendship was bonded through blood. But you're killing people with these guys. You're doing all. He did 17 years in prison with these guys. I mean, there's no way in the world that he can't have genuine love for these guys, you know. But he went to the other side. His friends now are police officers. That's why his channel is called Police and Fire Publishing. So it's like, I don't know, man. Mundo has this thing where I guess he wants to be accepted by God and he wants to go to heaven. So he feels like he has to do good, you know, he has to do good work. And he, you know, but you can tell deep down in his heart that he really loves these guys and he's conflicted about it because, you know, it's kind of a crazy dichotomy, man. It's very crazy.
She was Chavo's sister, and I personally vouch for this young woman I had helped groom through the years of correspondence. Cyclona was not some expendable floozy we could discard like a filthy rag. She was a true warrior, and she was not going to die on my watch.
She looked good.
Cyclona has the dubious distinction of being the first gang member, and a female at that, to directly participate
Look
in
at her throwing up the
Mafia
Mexican
street
Mafia black
homicide.
hand.
Baby girl was allowed to live. All right, so I'm a sucker for a skirt.
Yeah, Mundo, you talking about, oh, she was my sister. I was like an uncle to her. Yeah, right, Mundo. We already know what time it is. That girl was sexy as hell. You were a red-blooded male. Come on, dog. Every picture you got your hand. Come on, dog. That was my carnala. You know, that was your girlfriend. But peace to Mundo. You know, Cyclona died in 2001, and Chavo died. That was his sister. And like I said, man, peace to everybody, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be judgmental because Mundo has a right to tell his story. You know, I'm just saying, man. I think he's conflicted. You know, obviously, by him telling these stories, it's bringing him back to that moment. And I think I think as much as he says that he hates the Mexican Mafia, I think he really loves it deep down. And I think he's conflicted. Peace.